Hello, we've looked at some basic synthesis in Retrolog, but now we're going to look behind the scenes of Halion Sonic 3. For the most part, when you load a Halion Sonic into a rack slot and you have a MIDI channel with monitor on, you will click on the load icon, find a piano sample that you like, an acoustic piano, a classical, again acoustic, and choose bright, natural grand, and you will have a sampled sound which you can then trigger with MIDI. But behind all of these are the ability to synthesize your own sounds. So in order to create a synthesis patch, what we do in the program tree is we init the program. So I've done a right click on the program, done init program, and then I go to edit. At this point I should hear just a sine wave, which is great. The only issue with Halion Sonic is that there is a lot of information displayed in a very small area of space. But the functionality here is amazing. You have the ability to make 4 different synthesizers and layer them up on top of one another. To activate these layers, I found it's easiest to right click again on the layer, go init layer, at which point it is on. You can edit it and you can create different synthesizers and layer them up. However, all we're going to use now is just one layer. So the program tab controls the layers and other top level decisions. The layer page allows you to adjust the polyphony, add some portamento, if you wish. I wouldn't worry about the unison tab, but by all means have a look at that in the manual. The pitch tab allows you to change the bass frequency of the note you're playing. So I'm just playing a C sharp. And change the frequency by octaves, semitones, and hundredths of a semitone, or cents. You can also change pitch by an envelope, in which case down here you see P, F, A and U for pitch, frequency, amplitude and user envelopes. These are different envelopes that you can adjust and then select the amount to create pitch inflection over time. Again, I'm not going to be using that. Finally, we have the oscillator page. Well, not finally. And there are 3 oscillators, each of which can have a variety of different waveforms. You can add a bottom octave. You can add some ring modulation between the different oscillators to create even more higher partials, and you can add noise. So we're just going to work with one oscillator and look at the different types of oscillator. Again, you have the triangle waveform, and if we look at the sine wave, you have one fundamental frequency. Triangle wave, you have harmonic partials, if you look at the saw, you have lots of harmonic partials. And if we look at the square, again, you have lots of harmonic partials. Listening between these, the saw has partials at multiples of the fundamental frequency. The square has partials of every odd multiple, so partial 1, partial 3, partial 5, partial 7. And you'll note that the amplitudes drop off quite quickly, but nowhere near as quickly as the triangle wave. So the triangle wave also has partials at 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, but the amplitudes are, they drop off much quicker. So this is tending to have a much rounder sound. We'll work with the square wave. This waveform dial here selects the balance between the up and the down part of the square wave, and you can have a look at that here. So with frequency, it's keeping the pitch the same, but it's balancing the spectrum towards the higher end as the waveform gets smaller at one part. All of these oscillators can have multiple oscillators. And they can be slightly detuned. And already we're creating quite a complex waveform. So taking that waveform, we could alter the amplitude to give us more of a small attack, a small decay, and some release, which when I just play a simple note and let go of the key, I get a nice sustain and release. Now let's just finally add a filter. With the filter, as with Retrolog, you have a cutoff and a resonance. They can be controlled by dials, but equally for quick and easy use, you can use this ball here. And now we can use a filter envelope and do the same thing to change our filter. Now we just need to make sure that we use the env amount to create a little bit more of a pluck type synthesis. So that's a very, very brief overview of creating a synthesis patch into a program. At which point, if you right click on the program, you can export the program, give it a name, basic pluck, and you can put this anywhere in your folder structure so that you can take it to other computers, take it home, take it to work, and then load up by dragging and dropping basically, or finding it in this patch here. Okay, there'll be more videos to follow on creating more involved sounds and using the flex phrasor and step modulator to create interesting patterns in future videos. Thank you.